This week on the LTU Sports Report, we get into all of the fall sports action and get to know some of our student athletes. We feature one of our dual sport athletes here on campus, get to the action from the men's soccer home opener, and hit the court for the annual women's volleyball pink out game. Don't go anywhere because the LTU Sports Report starts right now.
LTU Sports Report is brought to you by Varsity Brands, elevating student experiences in sport, spirit, and achievement. The City of Southfield, the center of it all. Michigan First Credit Union, and Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the campus of Lawrence Technological University for another edition of the LTU Sports Report. It is a pleasure to have you here with us, for we are the only show in the nation giving extensive highlights, interviews, and features of players at an NAIA school. I'm your host, Jenna Skalski.
And I'm your host, Jason Ross Jr. We have a wonderful show for you in store this week, touching on a variety of different subjects, including our women's volleyball team that is currently sitting atop the WAC conference, along with highlights of our men's ice hockey and soccer teams.
We have a slew of highlights for you guys, but we also have a special preview of our LTU men's basketball team with head coach Joshua Pickens, who is only 18 days away from his first game this season. And we're also going to show you guys how LTU is raising awareness for breast cancer.
And we mentioned the player feature aspect of our show. Let's get the ball rolling this week with a look at one of the most genuine personalities and hardest working two-sport athletes that you'll find on our campus.
I'm Sarah Davis. I'm a senior and I play on the JV volleyball team and the varsity golf team. So the thing about being a dual sport athlete is it keeps you busy, it keeps you on task, it keeps you on schedule. So I definitely think being too busy is almost better than not being busy enough. So I would say really the only struggle that I have is finding time to relax.
The lifestyle of a dual sport athlete is most certainly a balancing act, but it wasn't the original plan for Sarah coming into LTU.
One of the things that people don't realize about me playing two sports is I didn't come to Lawrence Tech playing golf and volleyball. I came to Lawrence Tech as a varsity volleyball player. I was a starter as a freshman, and sophomore year I switched over to golf. I had never golfed before in my whole life. I played 18 holes my first time in a competitive tournament, which is kind of crazy. But I worked really hard. I really wanted to get good, and golf is a sport that it's almost addictive when you see results and you want to just keep working hard. It's also a sport that you can't slack off on. It's a thing that you have to put in work every single day.
Despite changing her focus to golf, Sarah never lost her competitive spirit for her first sport, volleyball, and the benefits it brings to her daily life.
What made me stick with volleyball was just my friends. I have so many friends on the volleyball team, and I still do enjoy volleyball. I enjoy the intensity, the yelling, your heart rate's going. In golf, it's a little bit different. It's quiet. You're not all pumped up and fired up and yelling, and I just enjoy being with my teammates playing volleyball.
Although it comes with many challenges, the life of a two-sport athlete teaches many lessons and can prepare you in many ways for life after college.
It's made me realize how much I can get done in a day being active, and so I think when I go into the work environment and I am not in the gym for 6 hours a day, I might have a little bit more energy and just learned about myself that I can go a lot longer than I thought that I could before, and I'm able to accomplish a lot more than I would have ever been able to without trying this experience. So I definitely think it'll help prepare me for the real world.
Time now to take a look inside Lawrence Technological University. This past week, the City of Southfield had their grand opening of Centropolis Accelerator's very own state-of-the-art facility right here on campus, open for the public to come and check it out.
We have a brand new facility here for the Centropolis Accelerator. It's 6,300 square feet. It combines co-working space and dedicated office space for small manufacturers and hardware entrepreneurs with a technology lab that is focused on digital and physical prototyping.
Featured at the event was a tour of the product design lab, 3D printers, augmented and virtual reality product development tools, and much, much more. But aside from being on Lawrence Tech grounds, this new facility has many benefits for the university as a whole.
Lawrence Tech is all about design, engineering, prototyping, and manufacturing. And so it's a natural fit for the accelerator to partner in collaboration with the City of Southfield and Lawrence Tech because it has the same kind of DNA. The students, the faculty are all in that mode of working with companies in design, so it's a great fit.
To find out more about the Centropolis Accelerator state-of-the-art facility, visit ltu.edu today.
Did you know that LTU has not one, but 2 varsity hockey programs? That's right, because after the break, we're going to give you guys the inside scoop on how our D3 ACHA men's hockey team fared against Ferris State on their opening weekend, as well as give you the season preview on our men's basketball team with head coach Joshua Pickens. Don't go anywhere.
Southfield truly is the ideal place to live, work, and play.
Well, it's a very exciting time in the city of Southfield. Great neighborhoods, great city services, and Fortune 500 companies. Southfield has something for everyone.
Recognized as Michigan's premier business address, home to world-class educational institutions, voted one of the nation's most livable metro area suburbs.
Southfield is the center of it all.
State Champs is Northern Michigan's home for football highlights. State Champs High School Sports Show. Your teams, your games, your highlights.
Hungry Howie's wants to thank you. Yes, you, how long can I stay on this couch guy? Super Dad who prevented birthday disaster. And the late night study group that ordered 17 pizzas. Thank you to the Holy Moly Did You See That fans. And thank you, Whole Slice and One Bite Kid. Because for every pizza sold in October, we make a donation to the National Breast Cancer Foundation. And together we've raised nearly $3 million just by doing what you love. Hungry? Howie's.
Our Blue Devil D3 hockey team kicked off their season opener against the Bulldogs of Ferris State University, and we were there to get all the highlights. Let's check it out.
It's opening night here at Farmington Hills Ice Arena, the new home of the Lawrence Tech men's hockey teams. Tonight, the Blue Devils ACHA D3 team faces the Blue Dogs of Ferris State. Starting in the first period, it was a back-and-forth game early on, but with 5 minutes left in the first period, sophomore Connor Burnett scored the first goal of the game. The Blue Devils take a 1-0 lead heading into the second period. The second period was filled with tons of action. The Blue Dogs tied the game early in the second period at 1 apiece. After winning a face-off, Ferris State comes right back down the ice to take a 2-1 lead over LTU. But that does not discourage the Blue Devils because freshman Timo E ties the game up on the power play. The score was now knotted up at 2. Both teams stepped up their intensity after that, but on an assist from sophomore Adam Parker, it would be the grad player Tim Foley who finds the back of the net with 2 minutes left in the period to give the Blue Devils a 3-2 lead going into the third. 7 minutes into the third period, LTU still holds a 3-2 lead over the Bulldogs, but Burnett changes that as he finds the back of the net for his second goal of the night, assisted by junior Josh Bauer and freshman Cole Therian. The Blue Devils start their season off with a win against Ferris State and a final score of 4-3.
Hi everyone, I'm Sydney. I'm on the women's bowling team, and this week's tip of the week is how to do a one-step. First thing you're going to do is grab your ball and put it in your starting position, and then you're going to let it swing. When it reaches the top, you're going to take a step forward and release it. Hey, I'm Sydney, and that was your bowling tip of the week.
I'm Jason Ross Jr. alongside men's basketball head coach Josh Pickens here today inside of the studio. Coming off such an unforgettable season, full of unprecedented moments, beating a top 25 team, setting a single season record for wins. What was your favorite part about that run? What did you learn about your team? And I guess how does that maybe translate over to next year?
Yeah, probably the favorite part was just watching guys grow throughout the year, and then we talked about it from the beginning, and even the same mindset going into this year. You just want to get better every single day and take a step each month, each week, and obviously, hopefully we can take another step this year. So we're just scratching the surface, we think, of what we can do here. Last year I think we kind of we got back to normal, as far as a competitive team and a competitive program, and each year you want to take another step, and not necessarily in the wins and loss category, but continue to get better, continue to make an impact in the community, and get better on the floor.
And a couple of months ago, we had the pleasure of meeting some of the new recruits and transfers. They all seem very excited. What are you excited about when it comes to those guys?
The character of them, number one. We talked about that a ton last year. We had such a tight-knit group and such a high-character group. We want to make sure we replicate that with our second full recruiting class, and I think we did. Really, really nice young men. On top of that, they really work hard. I just think that them being great people and wanting to dive in and wanting to help us win. Egoless players is what we want, and they want to help us continue to build this program and take another step.
So, taking steps, you mentioned that there, 9-win jump is what we saw last season. We saw those wins in the conference. When it comes to scheduling for a very tough WAC conference, I guess what is your philosophy there heading into next season?
And you just want to continue to get better. We know how grueling the WAC schedule can be. I mean, it's 20 games. It's got to be tough. You got to be physical, and so we want to prepare our minds, our bodies, and our game for that. As far as our non-conference schedule, I think we take 2 trips on the road. One in Chicago. We play back-to-back. We think that'll prepare us for it. And another one early season over at Madonna, where we play 2 pretty high-level teams who can prepare us for the intensity of the WAC. But conference play, any night, any team can win, any team can get beat. So we just want to take the one day at a time, pound the pavement mindset into that. So yeah.
Thank you, Coach. Season will be here before we know it.
There you go. Thanks, man.
Thanks
Appreciate
for coming
it.
in today. Yep.
Hey LTU, I'm Josh Ecker here at the Don Riddler Fieldhouse, where our women's volleyball team is set to take on action against our conference rival, Madonna University. Stay tuned, because after the break we have highlights and we get to meet one of our very own student athletes. We'll be right back.
Talking about finances can be confusing, difficult, scary, murky even. But it doesn't have to be with Money Mentor by Michigan First Credit Union on your side. More than 90 years ago, Michigan First was founded on the principle of putting education first. Today, Money Mentor continues that tradition, because affording the lifestyle you want isn't always easy. Check us out at MichiganFirstMoneyMentor.com or follow us on social media for tips, tricks, blogs, and videos today.
You sit on the sidelines, but your heart is running across that field. His drive becomes yours, his dreams too. So when a torn ACL and concussion threaten those dreams, choose the sports medicine team that treats the whole athlete. Henry Ford Health System. We combine the most innovative technology with a personalized treatment plan, so he can get back his confidence. And you can get back to being his biggest fan. Henry Ford Health System. All for you.
So you want to work out, and you're curious about supplements, but don't know where to start. All you have to do is, you're already done. With the Benefit Box, you get full-size supplements customized to you and tailored to your fitness goals. With easy-to-use instructions delivered right to your front door. Visit www.thebenefitbox.com to get started on building your box and you today.
I chose Lawrence Tech for the architecture program and volleyball team. Architecture is a great fit for me because I love math and design. Now I combine them with technology to create beautiful structures. At Lawrence Tech, I didn't have to wait until my 3rd year to start designing. Our hands-on education begins right from day one. And I'm really excited about LTU's Design Center in Detroit. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
We're here at Don Riddler Fieldhouse for a much-anticipated WAC matchup between the Madonna Crusaders and your Lawrence Tech Blue Devils. The Crusaders are a much younger team than last year, but still enters tonight's matchup with a 6-1 record in WAC play. On the other side, you have the Blue Devils, who is undefeated in WAC play and enters tonight's matchup with a 12-1 record overall. Now let's jump into the game for some volleyball WAC action. Lawrence Tech jumps out to a 3-0 lead to start the first set, followed by a small run by Madonna, but Lawrence Tech weathers the storm, and after Madonna returns the ball, the senior Zakia Hunt comes away with a massive hit for the kill set up by senior setter Christy Doherty. LTU takes a 5-4 lead. Later on in the first set, nice passing by the Blue Devils leads to a kill for junior Jessica Lodge. LTU wins the first set 25-11. Onto a much closer second set where both teams battle back and forth. Junior Isabella McDonald hits a nice high ball over to Madonna, but they would return the ball, and LTU executes a nice set play, starting with the sophomore from Alberta, Renali Callison, with a nice pass to Doherty, who sets up the freshman Madeline Hudson, who places the ball perfectly into the back right corner for the kill. Blue Devils take the lead 10-9. Lawrence Tech would go on to win the second set 25-15. Heading into the third set, LTU looks to sweep an opponent that they just beat for the first time last year. The score is 22-9 in favor of the Blue Devils. Doherty sets up senior Brittany Tabor, and she hits that ball to the back line, and it's just too much for Madonna as they cannot recover. LTU goes on to win the set 25-11, bringing their record to 13-1 overall, remaining perfect in WAC play and still hold sole possession of first place in the WAC conference.
I think we've been playing better all together, and we knew we were prepared for, I think, a lot tougher of a game coming into this. I saw their record was 6-1, so it was a little bit nervous, but then we were all really excited to play them and beat them, because like you said, last year we played with them and we beat them for the first time. It's a big win for us.
Well, I think positivity is one, and I think they're starting to believe that they're a really good team. So that's the second part to that is they are more concerned with the we than the me, and it's working out great for them.
My name is Alexander Tamaro. I play tennis, and my major is computer engineering. My favorite celebrity actress is Angelina Jolie. I think she's very talented and she's a pretty woman. My favorite athlete is Rafael Nadal. He plays tennis. I like him because he gives everything on the court and he tries his best even though he's losing or winning. My favorite TV show is Friends. I think it's a pretty good TV show and it's pretty fun.
I am a Blue Devil. I'm a Blue Devil.
I'm a Blue Devil.
I'm a Blue Devil.
I'm a Blue Devil. And it's on us to take responsibility
as leaders to create an environment
for everyone to feel safe.
It's on us to stop looking the other way.
To the problem of sexual assault.
It's on us to protect our friends, teammates, classmates, and other fellow Blue Devils.
It's on us to not give our friends a pass.
It's on us to change the way we talk about women.
Anyone can be a victim,
but everyone can be a solution.
No one should stand alone. No one should stand alone.
No one should stand alone.
No one should stand alone. No one should stand alone.
Start the change to be the change.
It's on us to be more than a bystander.
Take the pledge at itsonus.org.
At itsonus.org. I am a Blue Devil.
I am a Blue Devil. I'm a Blue Devil.
I am a Blue Devil.
And I pledge to stop sexual assault.
It's on us.
It's on us. It's on us.
It's on us.
What's up, LTU? Chase Kaufman here at Blue Devils Stadium for our first men's home soccer game of the 2019 season. After 7 straight road games, the guys finally get to take on in front of the home crowd against U of M Dearborn. Following the commercial break, we get to all of the action from this match, as well as check out what our students are doing to raise awareness for breast cancer, so stay tuned.
State Champs High School Sports Show is Mid-Michigan's home for high school football. State Champs High School Sports Show. Your teams, your games, your highlights.
Southfield truly is the ideal place to live, work, and play.
Well, it's a very exciting time in the city of Southfield. Great neighborhoods, great city services, and Fortune 500 companies. Southfield has something for everyone.
Recognized as Michigan's premier business address, home to world-class educational institutions, voted one of the nation's most livable metro area suburbs.
Southfield is the center of it all.
All right, it's just about time for a big conference battle between the Wolverines of U of M Dearborn and your Blue Devil men's soccer team. Let's get right to the action. After 7 straight road games to start the season, the LTU men's soccer team hit the field in Blue Devil Stadium to take on the U of M Dearborn Wolverines. After dropping their first conference match to Madonna University last weekend by a score of 2-1, the guys were primed to grab a win to move to 1-1 in the WAC to start the season. The weather not kind on this night as the rain stayed consistent throughout the match. However, the scoring began in the 26th minute of the first half. Nico Rodriguez Bermejo hands it off to Sean Humphreys, who sends a crossover to the senior Kevin Wright, who sticks an astounding header to put the Blue Devils on the board first. Later in the half, LTU wouldn't hold back. The Blue Devils begin the possession on a corner. The ball eventually finds its way over to Wright, who takes the shot, but it was Enrique Miquel grabbing the rebound and knocking it in to give the guys a 2-0 lead after 45 minutes of play. Now over to the second half. In the 62nd minute, the Wolverines got on the board after a header off of Michigan Dearborn's Austin Dukes cut the deficit down to just 1 goal. However, the Blue Devils would immediately strike back just 2 minutes later as Rodriguez Bermejo taps it over to Alvaro Moreno, who slides it in the bottom left corner for his first goal of the season. LTU now up 3-1. Later in the half, the Wolverines had a chance to cut the lead on a penalty shot after a handball in the box. Luckily, senior keeper Max Jewett holds it down, making a huge diving save to keep the 2-goal lead. That would be all the guys needed as they take home their first win in Blue Devil Stadium in a rainy grudge match and improve to 2-6 on the season and 1-1 in conference play.
Just focus on us. We had a scouting report on Dearborn. We knew what they were going to bring to the table somewhat. It came out in a 4-4-2. We weren't expecting that. We adapted to it. The guys just played.
Playing at home is always nice. You have your fans coming, so it's been successful the past 5 years for me, so I enjoy it.
We always say we don't have to get too excited on the wins or too down on the losses because this keeps going. We got to focus game by game, so this goes on and focusing now on Saturday.
So this year, Cuyahoga Row has partnered with the Student Nursing Association for this year's race. They'll be taking blood pressure readings after all the runners are done. This year, we're also making the football game a pink out, which is really cool and exciting. So go Blue Devils, wear your pink. This year, we also have many Greek organizations, including other fraternities and sororities, helping out this year. We also have a few of the sports teams coming out, including the hockey team. Almost all of them are coming out, which is really cool.
It's always nice when sororities and athletics can cross over and kind of help each other out and support each other. Specifically, something like breast cancer and any sort of awareness for major big causes. It's always a great opportunity for us to come out and make sure we support people when Lawrence Tech and other people are putting on things that are have a good cause. And so a bunch of us came out and we're just trying to help out a bit.
It's important because it's really a good way to get involved and kind of give back to the community and give back to something really, great. All the proceeds go to breast cancer, like the Breast Cancer Foundation, and Chi Omega Rho has been doing this for a couple of years now, and it's always one of the biggest events, in my opinion, that I've seen on LTU's campus.
So the reason why we do this event is because our philanthropy is focused around breast cancer awareness. It's something that we hold near and dear to our hearts. We have a few alumni's mothers, alumni in general, who have gone through breast cancer. So we just really, really value this.
The weather not kind on this night as the rain stayed consistent throughout the match. However, the scoring began in the 26th minute of the first half. Nico Rodriguez-Bermejo hands it off to Sean Humphreys, who sends a crossover to the senior Kevin Wright, who sticks an astounding header to put the Blue Devils on the board first.
Coming up this week in LTU Athletics, on Wednesday, October 9th, women's soccer is home to face Aquinas at 7:30 p.m. at Blue Devils Stadium. On Friday, October 11th, both hockey teams hit the ice at Farmington Hills Ice Arena, with the ACHA Division I teams playing at 5:30 p.m. and the ACHA Division III team playing at 8:15 p.m. On Saturday the 12th, football takes the Blue Devil bus on the road for a game against Indiana Wesleyan. Kickoff is at 1 p.m. Sunday the 13th, women's volleyball is home to play in a doubleheader. Game 1 against Madonna is at 1 p.m. and Game 2 against Mott CC is at 3 p.m. For all game times and locations, visit LTUathletics.com. That'll do it for this week's episode of the LTU Sports Report. Be sure to tune in at 4:30 p.m. every Monday on Fox Sports Detroit to see what every Blue Devil's up to.
And if you're on the move, you can follow us on social media at LTU Athletics on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram to keep up with everything that's happening in Blue Devil Nation.
On behalf of all of us here at Lawrence Tech, thank you for watching, and we'll see you on Monday. LTU Sports Report is brought to you by Varsity Brands, elevating student experiences in sport, spirit, and achievement. The City of Southfield, the center of it all. Michigan First Credit Union, and Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor.